Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Saturday, September 2nd. In about 15 minutes, it's going to be September 3rd, Sunday. So this has been a crazy last 2 weeks. And by that I mean, I am so tired of changing lenders, running around with realtors, signing documentations, texting PDF files all day long. And yesterday, I drove all the way up to Jacksonville, met up with a realtor because I think that I can get more for my money around that area in the ways of villas, townhomes, or condominiums. Condos are out. And the reason I say that is because condos have condo fees, and usually the condo fees are much more than HOA fees. Okay? I drove 4 hours yesterday one way, all the way to Jacksonville to meet up with this really nice realtor. She was patient, she was professional, and she showed me 3 homes. So I'm not going to get any of the 3 because they don't fit. I don't fit with them. I thought it would be for me, but 2 of the homes I was very disappointed because pictures don't do you any justice. So if you're going to buy a home out of town, you're taking a chance that when you get there, it's not going to be nothing like what the picture looks like. And then the neighborhood and the area, it could be even worse. One of them wasn't bad. The community was nice, but the home was kind of small because they use wide-angle lens to make a small home look big. It's very late right now. It's almost 12 o'clock, but I want to do a small video here to tell you guys how my last couple of days has been. But first, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and those visitors who've been visiting my channel. If you guys find something that resonates with you on my channel, whether it's a personal, intimate story or something that you may experience on a daily basis, like trying to buy a home, and please subscribe if I resonate with you or if you get what I'm talking about. Hit that subscribe key, give me a thumbs up, share, and hit a like. I need you guys' support so I can continue to grow this channel and document my simple, crazy, yet somewhat humble life. We'll be right back with more. Yeah, so anyways, I drove 4 hours yesterday, and my realtor, Carmen, was very, very nice. The last, well, the first home I saw was really beautiful. It was on the marina facing the ocean and the backside facing a river or a lake, a real lake, not a retention pond, not a man-made lake, a real lake. It had metal roof. It was on the second floor with a big screened-in patio and some storage inside the patio. 2 full baths, updated kitchen with granite countertops and wonderful cabinetry. This was a nice home. The asking price was very, very, very nice. However, the HOA fees were extremely high. I don't want to buy a home and feeling like I need to work a part-time job to support it. To me, that's no way to live. So I made the sellers an offer, but I'm afraid that I'm not going to accept that. I don't want that home. So I turned around and I drove another 4 hours back home. I got in last night at 9:30. I had been on the road yesterday for 4 hours to get there. I got there about 11 o'clock, before 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock was my appointment with my realtor to see the homes. But me getting there an hour and a half early allowed me to check out the homes before my realtor met me. The first house I really fell in love with. It was a townhome, but the community was awful. I think what happened was the owners rented out the townhomes, and the people who live there just don't take care of their yard. They don't take care of their homes. And worst off, the townhome I was interested in was vinyl sided, and I hate vinyl siding. That home had 3.5 baths. It was about 1,400 square feet. It had 3 bedrooms, a large kitchen, a fireplace, and a large living room with 2-car parking in a driveway. Nice. It had an ugly blue carpet that I would have changed and replaced it with hardwood flooring. But after seeing the neighborhood, I didn't even bother looking inside because I'm not going to park my cars there, especially my Mercedes, while I'm out working 2 jobs or away. And I didn't like the way some of the neighbors looked like. I'm not going to mention the ethnicity, but it was scary. So that was a no-go. That was the second house I saw. The first house was the one I just described to you, that's located in Jacksonville in a marina with a lake behind the house with a metal roofing. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. That's the one I made an offer on, but today I decided I'm not going to take that one either because the HOA are very, very high. And I don't want to feel like I'm strapped to a home for 30 years and I got to pay an HOA on it that much. I had my own stipulation as to how much I want to pay as an HOA. And this wasn't it. I thought I wanted to do it, but I thought it carefully. I'm not going to do it. So the second one was also a condo that was very misleading. The listing agent took pictures of this condo using wide-angle lens. Very misleading, because the home looked bigger than it was. It was a first floor and second floor, with the bedrooms on the second floor, and the living room, the kitchen, and a bathroom downstairs. 2 bathrooms, one upstairs, one downstairs, and outside parking. It had a small patio that was fenced in with 6-foot wooden fence, privacy fence. But I looked at it. It was very, very affordable. But I thought I could do a lot better than that. So we left there, and I went to go check out a home. It was 2 homes I was checking out at the marina, which were nice. One of them, the owner said that it had all these problems. The owner didn't tell me this directly, but my realtor read it on the report. It had a lot of problems, and I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to make an offer on it. And then she showed me another one, which I thought was too high for me to negotiate with. And I don't think that they would come down far enough for me to even get in it. The second one was one I really liked, with the metal roofing. And I had made an offer, and today I changed my mind about it. I don't want to do that. No. However, there's another home. It's a townhome, first level, modern, concrete construction, 2 full baths, almost 1,400 square feet, and I have a garage. It's modern. Tile flooring, big kitchen, concrete block construction. And I've been looking at this home for the past 2 weeks. Immediately after my last home, immediately after the home that I was supposed to close in on September 5th, I let that go by because they raised the HOA on it. At that time, I was looking at this home here. Very affordable. I'm going to put extra money down on it to bring the financing lower. And I contacted Carmen, and I said, we went back and forth looking at homes on the net, on the phone, and I didn't want anything she was showing me, but I sent her one that I want, except it's not in Jacksonville. It's near Tampa. I've been looking at this home for a while. I'm going to plunk down about $20,000 on it and finance the rest. And it's going to take me down to where I want to be financially. And the HOAs are very reasonable. It's under $300. It's a beautiful community. All the lawn is neatly cut. The hedges are neatly trimmed. It's a beautiful community. And I think it's gated. I'm not going to tell you what town it's in near Tampa, because there might be somebody looking at this video who I don't want to share my personal stories with. And you know who that is? It's my neighbor. Miss Nosy, Miss Control Freak. So, anyways, I'm trying to get a viewing tomorrow for it. And Carmen, because she's in Jacksonville, I don't want her to drive 2 hours to meet me. And she agreed that's too far for her. So she connected me with someone that she knows in her same agency to contact me. And we exchanged phone numbers with her. And I texted her, and she told Carmen that she's going to call me tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get in touch with her early and see if I can get a viewing tomorrow and then make an offer on this home here. It's a beautiful home. That's the home I want. That's the one I want to be my retirement home. So, that being said, I have another dreadful news for you guys. And it's got to do with my Mercedes. I've been getting this itch in my back to scratch regarding the car. When I bought the Mercedes, it wasn't a buyer's remorse. I love the body style. I love the interior of my car. I love everything about it, except it's not the model that I truly, truly wanted to get. And about 2 weeks ago, I placed my car on the Auto Trader website for sale. And I was asking the X and X amount of my car. Well, I got all kinds of hits, but nobody wanted to go through Auto Trader to be verified or qualified to buy my car. And today, well, let's go back. One of the guys that wanted to buy my car was from South Carolina, from Florence, South Carolina. We got to texting, and he told me that he could send me a cashier's check. This guy seemed phony. And before I knew that, I agreed that he can send me a cashier's check. And he said that when I receive it, I can deposit it in my checking. And when it clears, we can continue the transaction. Well, the next day I went to work and I shared everybody what I was doing. Not everybody, a couple of people. They told me to be careful because there's a lot of scams out there. I agree. There's a lot of scammers out there. So I thought about this gentleman's transaction with me via text. And when I was texting with him, he didn't want to FaceTime. He didn't want to talk on the phone because he said he just had surgery. So when he was being like this, I got very weary, very leery of that. I was like, why doesn't this guy want to talk to me on the phone? Why doesn't he want to do a FaceTime? So I asked him to send me a picture of his driver's license, which he did. With his picture, with his driver's license, I checked him out on Facebook, and it turned out legit. It was the same guy on Facebook. But it doesn't mean that's the guy I'm texting with, because that could have been a stolen driver's license. Okay, and that would have been the reason why he didn't want to FaceTime me. He could have been someone that found a wallet or stole a wallet, and he's pretending to be the person on the driver's license. I thought about that. And the reasons why he couldn't FaceTime me. He said he just had surgery. Did he have surgery in his face? did he have vocal surgery that he couldn't talk or FaceTime me? It wasn't adding up. So immediately I texted him back. I told him that the car wasn't for sale anymore. He turned around, he texted me right away and said to me, "It's too late. I just mailed you by FedEx a cashier's checks for X and X dollar amount." It was $33,000. $33,000. Okay. And this today, when I got out of bed, I had things to do. I had to go pick up my new glasses at the eye center. Yesterday, I had a dentist appointment. And no, Thursday I had a dentist appointment. Had all my teeth, had 4 fillings, total of 7. So I had a busy week. But today, okay, I went to go check my mail. I got a cashier's check in my mail from the Postal Service. It was a cashier's check made out to me for $33,000. It was still early, so I went to the bank. I had it verified, and they said it was legit. Okay? And I was still skeptical because the check has some streaks on it. And it had, the edges looked like it was perforated like a regular check, and you have to separate the stub from the check. My bank said it was legit. I still have that check. Okay, and it's in the envelope. I don't want to share it because it's got my personal information on there, like my address. So yeah, it was crazy. So I did all I can to try to contact the guy who sent it, but I don't have his contact information. I found him on Facebook. I sent him a message and his daughter on Facebook. None of them has gotten to me all day. So I'm going to hold on to that check. And then when Monday comes, I'm going to take it by the bank to where it's made out to cash, and see if it's real. If it's real, I'm not going to do anything with it because it's good for 90 days. Okay? And I also contacted who made out the cashier check. It seems like it came from his retirement account of where he used to work. He made a check from that. He may had them make them a cashier's check or however. But the real story here is I sold my vehicle today. I took my car to a dealership that only sells exotic cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls-Royce, Porsches, Bentleys, etc., etc. Once in a while, I drop into this dealership just to check out cars. I'm a car person. I love cars, especially Mercedes, convertible hardtops. So I went in today with my title, and I spoke with someone who I knew there, and they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I accepted. They're doing a wire transfer to my checking account this Tuesday. I have all the legal documents from the dealership, and my deposit's supposed to go in this Tuesday. Monday's a holiday, so it won't happen. But I have all the records of the sale that transpired today. It took me a hard time to decide, but I've been thinking about this for the last couple of months. As you know, the car was paid off. So what's going to happen is that money will go back into my bank, into my savings. And instead of me withdrawing money from my savings or anywhere, I can use some of that money for a deposit down on this nice home that I want to buy. And when I move into my new home, I like to start looking around again for the car that I truly want to buy. I want to buy the same kind of car, but not with a V6, with a V8. Because that's the one I really, really wanted to buy to begin with. But when I saw this car I just sold today, my Mercedes, I did fall in love with it because it has all the options that the car I really wanted has, except for the V8 engine. I'm going to miss the car I have, and it hurts me to go downstairs in my garage and not see it in there. Driving in a convertible in my car, it was a release for me. Driving by the beach at night with the top down and smelling the ocean and hearing the engine, it just calms me, and I love it. I don't know for sure what kind of car I want to buy, but I'm almost certain that I want to buy an AMG with a V8 engine in it, so I can cruise slowly down by the beach with my top down, and then go to my new home with a garage and drive it in. That's my goal. So that's the story that happened today. I sold my Mercedes, guys, and you won't see me driving it or anything like it until I move in to my new home. It was a great car. I had it almost a year. I wasn't driving it much. That was the other factor why I sold it. And I took care of it. I kept the mileage low. I bought it with 24,900 miles. And I only put 5,000 miles on it all year. When I sold it, it had 31,400 miles. And all that went into getting a good sale because I got good money for it, and I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm not going to cry because I was a little emotional today when I was at the dealership. I also have a surprise for you guys. I'm going to show you the car that I was sitting in at the dealership. I was sitting in a James Dean 918 Spider that James Dean drove in. It's a replica. The manager at this exotic car dealership had this car made, and it's the replica. They said that the waiting period was 3 years. And he paid $65,000 for the Porsche 918 or 718, whichever one that James Dean was killed in when he went off the cliff in it. But this car is beautiful. I got the biggest smile on my face while I'm sitting in this car. Yeah. So it's late. I told you my story. I told you my goals. I talked about the sale of my Mercedes that I love so much that I had to let go. Not only that, but when I do move out of the city, it was difficult for me to bring two cars up there and drive up and down multiple times. It would have been hard. And now that I've decided on which home I want to buy, um, I feel better. I feel better about everything. But anyway, I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, a nice holiday, and I'll keep you guys informed of the process or progress I'm making. You guys have a great night.
Don't you know